My story tonight is titled The Spare Tire. Hey, Helen, where's that list that you wanted me to go pick up the things at the grocery store? Oh, it's right there on the table. Oh, I see it. Okay, Tyler and I'll be back in a few minutes. So Bill and Tyler got in the car and they drove to the store. They went through the store as fast as they could because they wanted to get back and have their Thanksgiving meal. They've been thinking about that turkey all day, smelling that turkey cooking in the oven and all the pies and all the desserts. So they wanted to hurry up and get back, and then they wanted to watch the game in the afternoon. So on the way back from the store, they saw a stranded car on the side of the road. Wow, looks like those people are having a bad day. A flat tire on Thanksgiving. Well, we'll pull over and we'll give them a hand. So as they got closer to the car, hey, Dad, I know that girl. She's in one of my classes. Well, we'll give them a hand today. So they pulled over and got behind the car, and they got out, and they started walking toward the car. Well, hi, Kelly. Well, hi, Tyler. Looks like you're having a bad day today. Yeah, we didn't expect a flat tire today. Well, we'll give you a hand and get you on the road. So they went over to the car. And they opened up the trunk, and the whole trunk was full of clothes. So they had to take all the clothes out of the trunk and put in the back seat of the car. They found the jack, and they opened up the compartment, and there was no spare tire. So Bill went to Alice, who was the mother, told her that she didn't have a spare tire, and she didn't know that. He said, well, we won't be able to get your tire fixed today. There's no place that's open that'll be able to fix the tire. He says, do you have any place you'd like for us to take you? She thought for a moment. She says, no, we don't have a place to go to today. And then Bill turned to her and says, could you come over here for a minute? I would like to talk to you. So they went in front of the car, and he said, Alice, are you and Kelly in trouble? Are you living out of your car? And she looked at him, and the tears started flowing. She told him the story of what happened and how they became homeless and that they have no place to go. So he says, well, he says, you do today. He says, you go get a bunch of clothes, and we're going to take you home with us, and you're going to spend the holiday with us. I'm going to give my wife a call and tell her to expect company. Well, we can't do that. You don't even know us. We're strangers. He says, well, do you see our two children there? They're friends. They already know each other. So that makes you our friend and makes you our family. I have a saying that I always like to say is, there's no such thing as a stranger. A stranger is just a friend that you haven't met yet. So you're our friend from now on. So I'm going to give my wife a call, and you go grab some clothes, and we'll put them in the car, and we'll take you home. So Bill called Helen and told her that they were having company for dinner and that he'd explain everything when he got home. So they got everything in the car, and they left to go home. And when they pulled up the driveway, Helen came out of the house, and she went over to the passenger side. And as Alice got out, she gave her a big hug and told her, welcome to our home. Then she took her and Kelly inside and took them to the guest room and said, this is your room. You get settled in and come on back to the kitchen, and you can help me finish the meal. In the meantime, Bill took them outside to the driveway, and he was telling them a story of what Alice had told them, that how her husband just up and left 2 years ago and took everything. Left him with no money. All they had was the house. They sold everything in the house to put food on the table and to keep the utilities up. And after a while, everything ran out, and little by little, the utilities were all shut off, and finally the house was foreclosed on. The past 6 months, they've been living out of their car. They go to the high school early every morning and go in and take showers in the girls' locker room. Kelly gets to have a breakfast and a lunch at school free every day, and then in the evening they go to a soup kitchen where they can get their evening meal. So then we went back inside, and they started fixing all the meal, and Helen came over to Bill and said, Bill, we have to help them. And he says, I've already got the plans going. He went into his office, and he started making phone calls. Helen turned to Tyler and says, go get your dad. It's time to carve the turkey. So Tyler went down the hallway. Hey, Dad, come on. It's time to eat. Okay, I'll be right there, he said. And he came into the dining room, and he stood over the table and looked at everybody sitting there, and he said the prayer. He thanked God for sending them new family members that they can share the holiday with. And then he started carving the turkey, and he was just starting to take his first bite when the phone rang again. He looked down at his phone. He said, oh, I have to take this. I'll be right back. So he went back into the other room and just talked on the phone. He came back and he says, well, Alice, I got some good news and I got some great news. Which do you want first? And she said, well, I haven't had any good news for a long time. I think I'll take that first. So he said, well, Helen and I have decided that we're going to help you, and you're going to stay here as long as you need to. But we have a lot of friends, and they want to help also. You see, we're Christian, and our pastor just finished up a series on helping others. He just talked about the Good Samaritan and all that we should do as Christians to help people in their time of need, especially in holidays. So I have a friend that has rental property, and he just remodeled a house that's not on the market yet. And he's agreed to let you stay there free of rent until you get on your feet. We also have another friend that has a furniture store. And in the back of his warehouse, he has all kinds of damaged and worn furniture that were floor models that he can't sell. And he's going to deliver that to your place on Saturday morning. It should be enough to totally furnish your whole house. And then the phone call that I just got is from my best friend. Him and I went to college together. He's a bigwig at one of the insurance companies in town, and they're looking for an office manager. I told him about you, and he said to come on into his office on Monday morning, and he would give that job to you. Well, I don't know anything about running an office. Well, I told him that, and he said, don't worry about it. He said, the girls in the office have been running it this long. He says, they can run it a little bit longer. Just sit back and watch them and learn from them. And then when you feel comfortable, you can take over and put your own ideas in action. But the best thing is that you got the job. So she started crying. And they went ahead and finished their meal. And the guys went in and started watching the football game. And the girls put the dishes in the dishwasher and put all the food away. And then Helen went to Bill and said, well, we're going to see you guys in a little while. We're going to go to Alice's car and get all their clothes and bring them back, and we're going to wash them all. So the girls were gone for a while. They came back, and they washed all the clothes and got them all folded and put away. They all went to bed that night, and they got up early the next morning, had breakfast. And right after breakfast, Bill and Tyler left to go get the car and take it in to have the tire fixed. And Helen had told him that they're going to go shopping. There's a lot of things that they need to buy for Alice to have for her new place to live. So when Bill got to the car, he called a tow truck to pick it up and take it into the tire shop. They followed. And when they got there, he told the guy just to check it out and let him know what the car needed. So the guy inspected the car really well. And he came back and told him that all the tires were leaking. None of them were very good. Bill said, well, go ahead and put all 4 tires on plus a spare. And he says, give it an oil change and whatever else it's going to need. So they fixed the car. Bill gave his car keys to Tyler, said, here, son, you take my car. I'm going to drive this one. Let's go down and we'll fill it up with gas and go have it washed and detailed. So they went to the shop to have that done. And while it was being done, they went and had lunch. And they're just sitting there talking, and Tyler started thanking his dad for all the wonderful things that he sees him do every day in his life, about his good standard of a Christian man, and he's proud of him. Bill really didn't know what to say. He just said thank you, and told Tyler that that's what God wants us all to do, to help others in their time of need, not think about ourselves. So they went back to get the car, and they almost didn't recognize it. It was like a brand new car. And they knew that would make Alice feel pretty good. So they went home and they put the car in the driveway and went back in and started watching TV. A little while later, the phone rang and Bill answered it. And it was Helen. She told him for him and Tyler to come to the house. That they had so many things, they just wanted to go ahead and drop them off there instead of bringing them home and have to take them back again tomorrow when all the furniture was delivered. So they got up and they went over and started taking all this stuff in. And first thing Bill said is, "Did you buy the store out?" She said, "No, but she needed a lot of things to get this house up and running, all the way from sheets and towels, dishes, pots and pans, you name it, they needed it. So we got it for them." So they took the stuff on over. And then they came on home, and then they got up the next morning, and right after breakfast, they all went over to the house because all the furniture was going to be delivered that day. And so they waited. It was probably about an hour they had to wait, and then the truck pulled up, and here come all this furniture. And every one of them took the furniture and put it in all the spots where Alice wanted to go to make it look like her home. And Bill told her that Monday morning he would go over and get the power and the water all turned on so that they'll be able to live in that home on Monday night. The first time Alice would be able to sleep in a real bed. So they got all the stuff put away, and then they locked the house up, and they came on back. They sat there, and they had their supper, and were just talking, sitting around the table. And Alice said she didn't know how she was ever going to thank him. And he said, "You don't ever have to thank us. You're part of the family, and this is what we do for family." He then told her that he would like for her and Kelly to go to church with them on Sunday. That way they'd be able to meet all their friends and all the people that's been helping them and all the people that's been praying for them. So she agreed to. She went to church and came home, and she was talking about it all day, about how great the people were there, how friendly the church was. So she got up the next morning and went for her job interview. And she got the job, of course. And she came back home, and right away, Helen told her, "Well, come on, we got to go shopping. We got to get a few more things. Your power is going to be turned on today, so we have to fill the refrigerator and all your cabinets with food for you to eat. So we're going to be shopping for a while." So then that evening, she came back there with them, and she thanked them again before she left to move into her new place to live. Many years has gone past. They still get together as a family. They celebrate all the holidays together. And in fact, every time Helen introduces Alice, she says, "This is my sister." And Tyler, when he introduces Kelly, he says, "This is my baby sister." And she says Tyler's her big brother. I want you to have a blessed Thanksgiving.